Well, firstly, Happy New Year. I hope you all have had a lovely Christmas and New Year's. As you can see, Liz and I are currently in the kitchen because today is a proper, what do you call this, Lid?
New Year's cleanse.
A New Year's cleanse. Basically, we're taking down all of the Christmas decorations and getting the house sorted ahead of winter. Liz is actually going to be doing a winter dress of the house in her video, which I think starts tomorrow. Is that right?
Well, it should go out the day after this one, if this is going out on Wednesday.
It should be going out on Wednesday in a couple of days' time. And Liz is going to be basically dressing the house, which you'll be able to see on her channel. But today we need to get the foundations clean and set so she can get cracking with that. And there's a lot of work to be done. Liz and I have had a very lovely break, actually. It's been super chilled. We've taken lots of time just to kick back and relax, see family and friends. It was also a very strange Christmas, I'd say, this year, because there were lots of people that got caught with COVID and had to isolate, so we weren't able to see them. But I did manage to see all of my family pretty much, which was lovely because we managed to somehow avoid it. I don't know how, but we got very lucky. And I managed to see a handful of my friends. I'll probably go into more detail of some of the things we got up to actually over the festive break later on in the video, because today we are very time sensitive with the weather because I've got to get outside and strip the greenhouse of all the Christmas lights. And as you can see in the background, we've already started in the kitchen. Before we lose the light, I want to make sure that I get the outside bits done and dusted. In true style, we have prepared some lunch whilst we're working. Expect nothing less than a cheese board. The living room still has the tree up and the mantelpiece display. We only didn't manage to get one present out this Christmas, which was an absolute result. That's my best friend's son's birthday present, actually. His birthday was on Christmas Day. What a day to have your birthday. We've got washing going on left, right and centre. And the task that I'm going to crack on with first after lunch is, of course, the greenhouse. I actually added a reef on top of the door, which I think worked quite well. We were spoilt with reefs this year, so we thought we would stick it on the greenhouse. Porter's Christmas tree will be going as well today, and the one in the basement. I think we should leave these here, Liz, or do you want to take them? Oh, you're going to have to take them out, aren't you? Because you're doing a dress tomorrow.
Yes, so that all of the foliage...
Yeah, comes down today.
Coming down today.
So like the stuff on the light and...
Yeah, I'm going to need you to do that one.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then tomorrow I'm going to the garden centre to pick up stuff. Which
Yeah.
I'm not telling you. I need your help, come on.
Okay, let's do this.
But
first, Liz, let's tuck into this because we need to fuel up. It's going to be a long day. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Dreading it.
Yeah, I just really want the house to just feel nice.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Clean.
And tomorrow I just want to go out and just get everything that I need, pot lots of stuff, have a really lovely last day.
Sounds good. This has to be one of my most favourite things to do because I find it so satisfying cleaning and organising. It makes me feel like I'm on top of everything, and although I love Christmas, it is very nice when you take everything down and you just get the house looking crisp. I think in previous years we felt sometimes like the house feels a little bit bare because obviously you're used to having these big trees in the corners, but actually I think this year, because we've had so much work on the house, it feels like we're going to have things to put back into place. It's just going to feel all nice and homely again. Yeah.
We've got, a couple of months of winter left and...
We'll get the house winterfied for that.
Yeah.
Lovely. Right, we're going to eat and then we're going to get cracking with the day. Feel good?
Well, we've got so much to do. I'm just worrying.
Looking tidier in there though. It's looking tidier in there though. well. It got particularly wet outside, as you just saw, but we got the job done. So I'm now in the dry with lids, and I think we're going to start taking all of the decorations off of the Christmas trees, and then we can get those collapsed down, and we've got to get it all in the loft, and then we're going to have a big clean, and then we'll just see where we're at that point, because I'm sure the day will be ticking on. But so far so good. Lids has been cracking on very hard in the kitchen. It's looking a lot tidier in here now. That beast is our next task. This is a little game we play. Spot the sausage. Porty. Here he's coming. He's coming. Porter, where have all the chairs gone? Look at the muddy footprints coming in from the door. Guilty as charged. We are just about to start hoovering up. As you can see, we've got the trees all down. Lydia's been working in the living room. I'm doing the kitchen. I'm going to start hoovering in a second. We've got a few more items that need to go up in the loft. We need to get some more of these baskets actually, because we are running a little bit short this year. Lydia did a bit of Christmas tree decoration shopping, so we're a bit short. House is smelling lovely. Peony and Blush Suede by Jo Malone. And the chair is back in situ. Going to start hoovering this place up. We have made some serious progress in the kitchen area. Floor's hoovered and mopped. All the Christmas decorations are down. It's looking a lot more spacious in here now. We've also nearly finished off in the lounge. We're enjoying a chew. What we need to do is move the trunk over to the left side of the fireplace, and then we need to move the wood storage and the telescope back over to the right side of the lounge. We'll have to have a little chat about that backgammon set. And we've decided to go for a takeaway this evening because it's been a very busy day. So we've gone for a Chinese, which we're really looking forward to. Lydia's just finishing off tidying up the kitchen area before we have dinner, but we've also done outside in the hallway. The bedroom has been hoovered. We just need to get the bedding on. So we get some fresh bed sheets for this evening, and we've got to put our washing away. And then Porter's little area's had a nice little tidy up. Ready for his bed this evening. I actually hoovered my office as well, which I wasn't going to do. Oh, what's that? Oh, Porcini. Maybe not. Maybe it was off of that. Very good. Got all the decorations out from down in the hallway, but we're still doing the laundry. Got plenty of that to do. But we're working through it. I think maybe another hour or so we'll have cracked the best part of it for this evening. Look at Lydia's lovely kitchen table display. You going to add much to that tomorrow?
I don't know.
I think it's quite nice. Beautiful book that Lydia looted from her family yesterday. A gift from her nonna and uncle. It's the World Atlas of Wine. Just a beautiful colour green. Do you like a glass of water?
Yes, please. Oh my gosh, I have not sat down all day.
Very rewarding though, isn't it? Happy New Year!
Putting dirty paws on my floor.
This evening we've gone for special fried rice, egg fried rice, crispy shredded beef, sweet and sour chicken, Cantonese style, duck pancakes, spring rolls, and I think that's a lot. It's a good order, my boy. Yes, not as tasty as your circular bone. No. You're loving having your box of treasure there, aren't you, mate? Good boy. So we had a little issue with this door handle. The back side of it, as you can see, it's not turning the latch as I'm twisting it. So it's slipping. So I'm assuming that the Allen key inside has come a little loose. So I'm going to have a go at tightening it. Lovely job. We can now shut our door safely. Lydia put these lovely tie backs over the doors as well.
Tassels.
Tassels, not tie backs. They look like tie backs.
No.
You can see we've got, it's really hard to see actually at night, but that is a red one.
It's actually not red.
What colour would you call it then, my love?
It's a terracotta.
For me, because my tools.
What do you want me to do?
Just open the door so I can see inside. So we've teamed it up with the woodwork.
Yeah.
Very nice. Then we've got a green one in the hallway and a green one in my office. Lovely. Living room is back to its original state, Porcellini. Well, it's not actually, is it? Because you're going to put your winter touch on it tomorrow. So this is the foundation.
Yeah, this is just the standard
So it's looking a little bit empty.
home, but I thoroughly enjoy dressing my home for every eventuality, so...
Yes, I enjoy it as well. I welcome the change. It's refreshing.
Refresher.
Just like that, the bedroom has been tidied. It feels so lovely and clean in here. Well, it's a new year, same old breakfast. You cannot go wrong with eggs, spinach, and a slice of toast. Well, this morning I was fully expecting for it to be an incredible sunrise, and for some reason it's just kind of blown out. I don't really know what's going on. It's very frosty this morning. Little red robin is out. Get him on the camera. There he is. I put some bird feed out on New Year's Day, I think it was. And they've done a pretty good job of getting through it. So that will be why there was no sunrise this morning, because I was still a little bit early. There it is. It's coming up now. Beautiful. Come on. Bring on the golden skies. So you're a little bit cold on your walk this morning, mate? Too cold? You put the Daxon brakes on. Yeah, you put the Daxon brakes on. I wasn't able to join Lydia and Porter on their walk this morning because I have a haircut that I need to be leaving for in... I don't know why I just looked at my wrist, I've not got a watch on. We're going to be leaving in about 10 minutes. But Lydia's come home about 40 minutes early because apparently Porter was very cold this morning, put his Daxon brakes on and did not move. So I think we're going to have to look into some kind of like fleece-lined jackets for him. What did you say the name of those jackets were, Lids? Equifleece?
Yeah, they're called Equifleece. Originally they did the coats for horses.
Ah, okay.
But we'll need to measure him and send off his measurements
To have it made. Yeah.
And I'll see if I can.
Because you're a funny old shape, aren't you?
Yeah, it's very long in the body.
Yes. We'll probably have to give those a go and see how he gets on, because we can't be losing those winter walks to the cold. Well, I left you guys the other evening as we had almost finished off sorting out the whole house. I feel like that was the Christmas cleanse that we needed. We have our cleaners coming in this week, which is going to be really nice because the place will become super clean as well as very tidy now, which personally I just think that when the house is in a tidy, clean state, my whole thought processes, productivity, it just goes through the roof. Like, I feel like I've got everything together and I can focus on whatever task is in hand rather than worrying about, oh, I need to do this, I need to sort that out. It's done, it's dusted. It makes me feel very happy. But yesterday I didn't pick up the camera because Lids and I went to Reclamation Yard and we did a little bit of shopping for the house, which Lydia was vlogging on her channel. Today I'm picking up the camera again because I wanted to spend a little bit of time actually talking about what we got up to over Christmas, because we did have a lovely break. Talk a little bit about New Year's resolutions and yeah, just have a general chat really, a little bit of a catch up. But I now need to head to see Greg at the hairdressers, get this hair, which actually doesn't look too long. I do get my hair cut every week, so I know there's never much difference, but it will be a little bit sharper on the sides. And just like that, fresh trim, as if I never left the home. The feeling of having a fresh haircut never gets old. It just makes me feel good. It makes me feel clean, it makes me feel tidy. I love it. So we are all set, ready for tomorrow's shoot, which I'm looking forward to actually. It'll be a nice soft start into the year. But before I left to go and get my hair cut, I said I wanted to quickly chat a little bit about New Year's resolutions and also cover what Lids and I have been getting up to over the festive period. So I'm going to sit down in a comfy chair, grab a coffee, and we'll get chatted. So firstly, I'd like to start off by saying I am a big advocate for New Year's resolutions. I think they are a fantastic way to kickstart positive change. And whilst I don't personally set very stringent New Year's resolutions, I like to continue my journey on self-development and improvement, which I tend to do throughout the year. If I ever get a moment to stop and think about life, I guess, without getting too deep, I like to think of ways in which I can improve both my life and the lives of those people around me. And so the new year, I guess, signifies a nice starting point to take action on positive change. And I'm somebody that wants to encourage that. Now, whether the resolution itself is deemed as a healthy change, what it may lead to is a consequence from that action, which will conclude in a more positive impact on your life, because that action may trigger a different decision or life choice, which then goes on to improve the happiness and well-being of you as an individual, and like I said, those people around you. So I think New Year's resolutions are a good thing, is what I'm trying to say. And I want to encourage anybody that's thinking of setting New Year's resolutions, even if you slip up throughout the year or you cannot continue to pursue whatever the goal is that you've set, that there has been a percentage change of improvement, because for every day and every hour that you implement your New Year's resolution, that is a percentage better, possibly, than your previous year. Now, I don't like to personally put myself under that much pressure. I'm not somebody that likes to give things up as such. I would rather take the approach of either looking to reduce or to implement other things, perhaps supplement or change. And I'm not just talking about diet and exercise and fitness. This may just be, for example, I might say, well, look, last year I spent a little bit of time listening to podcasts on self-improvement. This year I'd like to continue to do the same, possibly increase the amount, for example, or to try to take more action on some of the lessons that I take from those podcasts. So being the perfect time to talk about self-development and improvement, New Year's, I want to encourage you to do what feels right and what you want to do for yourself, and don't be discouraged by anybody else. Focus on what it is that you want to achieve, and also don't be too hard on yourself if you don't end up following through, because like I said, any forward steps are positive change, and in the great words of Will Smith, we have to keep on failing forward. Now, moving on to the festive break, which was absolutely lovely. Yes, we did indulge. We had loads of time just to relax and chill, but also lots of opportunities to go and see family and friends, which was very nice, albeit some of my friends did catch COVID and I wasn't able to see them. I actually said to Lyd this morning that I'd quickly flick through my phone to have a bit of a recap as to what we actually got up to over the Christmas period, because I was going to sit down today and kind of recap over some of the things we've done. And according to my camera roll, I did 3 things. I had Christmas Day, I went on a dog walk, and I celebrated New Year's. Well, of course, that isn't exactly accurate, but I think that that in itself highlights the amount of time I spent off my phone, which isn't something that I necessarily felt like I needed. It was very enjoyable. It was nice to just be kind of more present all of the time in the company that I was in. And I guess the only drawback to not being on my phone is that I can't remember everything that we got up to, but Lydia very kindly reminded me of some of the things we did. I guess we kick-started our holiday off with a bit of house prep. So we already had the house all decorated for Christmas, of course, but we just wanted to get everything organised and get prepared for hosting guests. So, for example, Lydia made the dining room table or the kitchen table for when we're going to be having guests over on Boxing Day. My dad and my brother came over and had Boxing Day breakfast, which we had these beautiful bagels, which were like cranberry, soft cheese, and bacon, and they just tasted absolutely delicious. But going back a little bit, before Christmas, I had the opportunity to have my friend Nath and Sophie over. It was really lovely to just chill in the lounge, have a few drinks, and enjoy some picky bits. We did like a load of oven food, which was something that we're doing more of now. Like, rather than trying to prepare cooked food, which I learned on Boxing Day afternoon, is a little bit more stressful when you're trying to cook for people. It's a lot easier just to get stuff, chuck it in the oven, and you can kind of be a bit more present and social with people that are actually here to see you and spend time with you. So yeah, we did that with my friend Nathan and Sophie, which was really lovely. On Christmas Eve, my younger brother and his partner came over to stay for a couple of nights, so they were staying over on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, which was really nice to have those over. They're big foodies, and so we did a nice dinner when they arrived that I cooked on Christmas Eve, and had a couple of drinks, nothing too crazy, and then we got up early on Christmas Day, and we went over to my dad's house and had a lovely Christmas dinner, did present opening, which was really nice. And we also had the dogs with us. My younger brother's got a Frenchie, we've obviously got Porter, and then my dad has, it's kind of like a Jack Russell mix, he's called Archie, and so we had the 3 dogs together, which was really lovely on Christmas Day. Then we came back in the evening ahead of Boxing Day, which is what I was just telling you about, that really lovely breakfast. We had, I think it was 12 people come over. So it was Lydia's family. They all came over and we had lots of food, lots of drink. It was just so nice to have everybody together. I think we went to bed at like 2 a.m. Lydia's brother and I enjoyed a few glasses of whiskey. Lydia actually brought me a smoker, which is basically a device where you can smoke wood chip and it smokes your drink. So we were having like smoked old fashions. It's really lovely actually. I think we've discussed this before and actually documented it a long time ago when we did a sensory dining experience, and they actually smoked the red wine. So the red wine had that kind of like oaky smoked sort of flavour to it. So we were doing that with the whiskies, which was lovely. If I can find out where Lydia got that from, but I'm assuming it'll be Amazon. Worked out to be a nice nightcap because I had a very good sleep that night. I slept for a very long time. And then Lids and I enjoyed some time, just the 2 of us, with the animals. It was really lovely. We went to Soho Farmhouse and spent a little bit of time there, and we enjoyed just spending time at the house, to be honest with you, which is definitely a lesson that I learned through lockdown, which was to be at the home more, enjoy the environment that we've created, because I was always somebody that wanted to be on the go. Like, I had to be somewhere. Like, if I wasn't out with my mates, I was missing out. We needed to be going out to restaurants, out to the cinema. Like, there was always something I had to be doing. And actually, I find it so much more relaxing and enjoyable, at the best part, not always, just being home and just enjoying the company of my family, which is really lovely, and it costs a lot less. So we did that for a couple of days, and then we spent a little bit of time with Carrie and her partner, which was really lovely. We went on a little bit of a hike, had some food and drinks, just sort of chilled out, super nice. And then we spent New Year's at our friends. We actually got a limo over, which was kind of, I don't know, limos are a funny one, aren't they? They just remind you of like prom, and they're a bit cheesy, but actually like such a comfortable way to travel. Like, we had like an hour's drive, and it was just really nice, just sitting in the back, loads of space, we were drinking champagne, and it just kicked off the evening really lovely. And then on arrival, there was a beautiful spread of like cheeses and cold meats and chutneys. It was just super nice. We partied until 4 a.m, so we did very well. New Year's Day, we just relaxed, we had a duvet day, we watched the Downton Abbey movie, which we both thoroughly enjoyed. I cannot believe we missed it. We must have just got caught up in something, because I think you'll know if you've been on the channel for a while that Lids and I watched the Downton Abbey series late, so we had like all of the series to catch up on, and we just binged it for ages because there's so many of them, and we were just obsessed with it. We just thought it was such an amazing, uplifting but well written storyline, and the movie did not disappoint. It was brilliant. So if you haven't watched it and you're a Downton fan, I'd encourage you to go and watch that. Talking about watching things, actually, on Christmas Day at my dad's, we actually watched some stand-up comedy. We watched Jimmy Carr's new stand-up that he's just released, and I'm going to be honest, I wasn't a huge Jimmy Carr fan. I think he's a little bit like on the line, on the wire, with some of the things that he jokes about and says. But I listened to a podcast that he did with Stephen Bartlett, and I have to say, he wasn't being funny in it. He's a very intelligent, well-educated guy, and he really warmed to me. Like, I was like, do you know what, Jimmy Carr, you're sound. And then I went and watched his comedy show, which wasn't particularly any different to what he normally does. and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I think the same for Ricky Gervais as well. Like watching, I mean, I've always liked Ricky Gervais. He's quite a funny guy, isn't he? But Humanity, which is Ricky Gervais' stand-up, which is actually now like a year and a half, 2 years old. It's been around for a while. We watched that last year and I was like, that's good. So it was nice to watch a little bit of stand-up. And then moving forward to today, obviously, we spent a little bit of time doing a clean down and a cleanse, which kind of feeds back into that like New Year's resolution. Like for some reason, we as humans like to find like a reset, something that can give us like a fresh slate, or certainly I feel like I do. Probably a reason why I enjoy like being tidy and organized and cleansed all the time is because it makes me feel like I've got a fresh slate that I can work off. For me personally, a nice clean foundation, something that I can work forward from, it just really helps me because I don't feel distracted by the clutter beneath me, because it's not clutter, it's clean, it's organized. So as you saw in this video, that's what we spent the start of the week doing. And then, as I said earlier yesterday, we just did a little bit of shopping for the house, and we've started to make a little bit of progress on the next phases of renovation at the house as well, which is going to be really exciting. This year it should kick off. I hope, fingers crossed, we'll start doing work at the house again. And from the conversations that are being had, like, it sounds incredible. Like, the spaces that we're going to be creating are going to be so nice. And I think we're going to start to use a lot more of the house once that's done, because they're just going to be really nice environments to be in. That is a little bit of an update and an overview of what's been going on. I've probably missed a load of stuff, but as I said, I haven't got a picture to prove it happened. So hey, I do hope that you all had a lovely Christmas and had a well-rested break, because ultimately that is, in my opinion, the most important thing. Just to feel rested, have that reset, to spend time with your loved ones. I hope you enjoyed your break as well. But I think that I'm probably going to wrap this video up, because I have a little bit of editing to do to get this out this evening. So I hope you have had a nice start to the year. I've actually got a few things in the pipeline, a couple of trips that are going to be coming up possibly within the next couple of months. Nothing is set in stone at the moment, because of course, who knows what goes on at the moment with this current climate. It's up and down all the time, but fingers crossed that goes ahead. There's going to be some lovely trips ahead, and so we'll keep you posted. But take care, have a lovely weekend, and I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday, 5 p.m. Peace.